Alright, what is up everybody? This is Zacharias. We are back with more of a Geneforge 2 Infestation. Let's go ahead and continue here. When you enter the core of the Magus complex, your face starts to burn. The air shimmers with energy. The Shapers gave this complex the ability to generate huge amounts of magical energy. The Awakened reactivated their devices. For what purpose? It is amazing that a handful of Shapers and Survivals managed to restore this complex. They worked incredibly hard with fanatical sense of purpose. Whatever you think of their goals, it is impossible not to admire their determination. The energy in the air makes it hard to see and even harder to concentrate. The guards in here will be distracted. Infiltrators might be able to slip by them as long as they don't get too close. Nobody is hostile to me, so I think we're fine. There is a very old survival hobbling back and forth in the foyer. He is very weak. You think that he would be better off in bed. He's determined to keep moving, though. He is lost in thought. When he gets close, he notices you. He squints for a minute. Ah, the Shaper. Greetings. I am Learn Jaffe. I heard you were here. What are you doing, Survival? I am one of the researchers. I traveled far to get here, and I helped to reclaim this place. I will use the meager strength left in my body to help the Awaken. Where did you come from? I grew up on Sucia Island. It's a place far from here. I lived in a settlement called Pintail, a town of Survivals that lived without any Shaper guidance at all. We Survivals in Pintail called ourselves Obeyers. We believed that Shapers were gods and that it was best to obey them, or to obey what we guessed they wanted from us. Then the Shapers found us, and we found that they didn't want anything from us. They didn't care about us at all. What did the Shapers do to the Obeyers? Some of us were enslaved, some were destroyed. They cared nothing for our loyalty. A very fortunate few of us fled. We were taken here by Zachariah and Barzal, and with them we built this place. What do you think of the Obeyers now? When we were on Sucia Island, we thought the Awakened were fools and traitors. We were wrong, so wrong. At least I was lucky enough to have another chance. Lord Jaffe continues to stand upright, facing you. His survival hair is almost gone and his eyes are a milky gray. He looks very weak and tired. How are you helping at the moment? I craft items. I create crude magical items to help with the defense of Medab. It is a small task after what I did before. I helped restore this research lab, but it is something. The tools I breed can save lives. Make magic items. Can I buy some? No, my items are made to help the Awakened and the Awakened only. That's all I need. He wobbles slightly. Any other questions? Shouldn't you be in bed somewhere, resting? I would like to. I crave rest. I can't allow myself to rest. There is still so much to be done. Tell me more about this part of the complex. The storage caves are north. The research core where Tulderic is northeast, and the altering platform is south. Tell me about Tulderic. No Shaper has done more to defend and help the Awakened Survivals. He has given us great power. I am concerned, though. He has been changing. I suspect the shaping he has worked on himself has altered his mind. Where is the altering platform? It is a wondrous thing. It remakes those who stand on it, enabling them to channel much greater magic than they would be able to otherwise. If you wanted to use it, you would have to speak to Tulderic. Only he can charge and operate it. Have you used it? I did. It took away so much of my vitality. I am younger than I look, and it hurt. I did live, though. Do survivals die being changed? Yes, about half of us. I have such admiration for them. They sacrifice everything for a chance to be able to defend the Awakened. What did you get when you were changed? Jaffe only smiles. Okay, need more living tools. Experiment chambers, complex score. You meet one of the trial students of the Mages Complex. However, he isn't studying or practicing magic. He is cataloging supplies. He's unhappy about it. When you approach, he welcomes the distraction. He looks up at you and says, "Greetings to you. Welcome to my lonely vigil. I am Xander. You are a student here?" "I am supposed to be. I survived my painful turn on the altering platform. I have gained the capability for magic, and then I gained the skills I needed. I can work spells, but because they say I am rash, they put me back here. I will be punished until I learn to be quiet and docile. I suppose one day they will break me. Can I have any of the supplies?" "Since you're not in the Awaken, I'm not supposed to let you take anything, but I really don't care. You look unhappy with your work." "I am. I want to be out fighting, hunting rogues, killing the enemies of Medab. Instead, I'm stuck here. They put me back here to quiet me down. I'm a skilled mage. I can do a lot of damage. If only I had a chance to get out of here and hunt." "I'm sorry to hear that. Good luck to you." "Thank you, Shaper. Now I'm off to count logs or something useless like that." You probably wouldn't have been able to convince him anyway, since we're not awakened. Though, again, only more reason to play the skin on my own. To see what interactions would be like if I did side with the Awaken. Girdle of Nimbleness. Both are the same levels, but I'll keep the Intellect since an agent is primarily a spellcaster. You enter the research core of the Mages Complex. This hall is a buffer ring built around where major experiments are taking place. A magical shield can be hastily erected here if something goes wrong. No sane Shaper would do major work without such a hall being built. However, the Shapers in here might well be mad. The power conduits in the floor are cold. The ring is not functional. Maybe it is awaiting repairs, or it was never completed in the first place. Either way, an accident could cause major problems. This room contains the crystals which power the buffering. You now see why the defenses are inactive. The conduits in the floor have broken and power is leaking out. Repairing this would be very difficult. The room is full of dangerous magical radiation. Alright, well at least we're getting some pods and stuff like that. Bonding knife. Oh, negatives to strength and agility? Forget that. I mean, it gives you a lot of endurance, but I don't think that's good enough. Go ahead and make sure that gets sold. You search through the old splinter chest carved with the symbol of the Shapers. You find plenty of Tolderic's uninteresting personal effects. You also find a small flat piece of amber. It's shaped roughly like a key. You take it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone in the meantime, since it is a lot of living tools. Boots. Shiny cloak. The one I have is still better. Steel gauntlets. The ones I already have are still better too. Oh, before I talk to you, now that I have the living tools, let's go ahead and head back to the Mage's Complex real quick. So I can get that last door unlocked. Head back over to the Mage's Complex. I am curious to see what that last book would have been, or something. Oh, I could just open it. Okay. Sadly, you don't know enough about healing craft. Okay, whatever. Let's head back to... I thought I couldn't open that door before, though. What the heck? Unless that key I got from the core is what helped me open all those doors. Is what helped me open that door, actually. Ah, at least we got some living tools back to use. Let's head over back to the center here and talk to Derek. You get your first good look at the main research hall of the complex. You have to concentrate. The energy in the hair makes it difficult to focus. Magical energy runs through crystal fibers in the floor and powers the rooms and pylons in the corner of laboratories. Their raw power and essence are used to perform extreme acts of shaping. A master shaper could call mighty terrors into being in an instant in a place like this, and then, a moment later, blast them back into the void from which they came. With decades of experience in a place like this, you could be a god. You finally meet the current master of the Mage's Complex. This is the Shaper who gives the survivors magical powers. It is a total violation of the laws of your people. The sort of inspiration that only comes to a madman. And looking at him, that seems the correct conclusion. He has a wild, arrogant look and almost pure contempt for the lesser beings with whom he must share the world. He looks at you as if you were an insect. It is very unnerving. He smiles coldly. Yes, you are here. A new Shaper. Useful company. I am Tulderic. I allowed you to reach me. I will talk to you now. How did you come to be here? That is a story. I will tell it to you. I went to a place called Susia Island. I went with other fellow shapers called Zachariah and Barzal. Tolderic's voice is detached and monotone. He is slowly forgetting how to talk to people. Susia Island was a barred place, forbidden to us. There we found amazing secrets. We were to destroy them. We didn't. We stole them. Why did you steal them? On Susia Island, I met the Awakened. At first, I looked down on them. Then I met Elra. He convinced me. He was wise. I chose to help them. That was back when I thought of such things. What sort of secrets? The Shapers there had discovered the secret, the recipe of life. Inside every living thing, too small to see, there is a set of instructions, like a tiny scroll. It gives the instructions for forming life. The Shapers of Susia Island, they could rewrite that scroll to their liking. They remade themselves, gave themselves awesome powers. As he talks, he wanders around inspecting the complex machinery of the research core. There are frequent long pauses when he forgets that you were here. And you brought those secrets here? Yes, we each had our own interests. I wanted to make the Survivals more powerful, so they could better fight to defend these mountains when the Shaper Council comes for us. I have succeeded. I have rewritten the Survivals, made them magical. And, better, I can rewrite a Shaper or human. I can recreate you, enable you to cast more powerful magic. Today I have made myself great. The Shaper Council will want to punish me, I am sure, for what I have done for the Survivals. But they are wrong. I am mighty. They will come and they will make you pay. You are a vile criminal and you deserve justice. Then let them come. Let them come for me. They will die, and if you fight with them, you will die too. So Derek silently stares at you with his cold, cold eyes. You think he is in middle age, but it isn't quite clear. His skin is pale, smooth and soft, like a baby's. Also, you aren't sure, but you swear that he is glowing slightly. What sort of research are you doing here? Remaking beings, human and survival alike, to be stronger vessels, stronger than they were. I can make a being a stronger channel. More magical power can be sent through your body than we thought possible. It is painful. Oh yes, everyone who gets the gift burns. It is a small price to pay for the power. You are not allied with the Awakened. You may use the gifts we give you against us. I will not offer the gift, the power, to you. The gift burns? Yes, you are remade. The agony fades, but the power remains, if you live. Most humans live. Over half the survivals treated also live. A small price. Can you give me magical training? No, I have joined with the Awakened. At least that is what I remember. I am Awakened. Yes, I only help allies who fight those who hunt us. You are not an ally. You seem strange. Are you feeling alright? Your question generates actual emotions, a brief flickering of anger. Of course, do not waste my time. What you are seeing is a clarity that comes from reshaping. On Susia Island, we discover devices that could change us, make us purer, stronger. With that change comes mental purity. Tell me about those devices. They are canisters. Place your hand atop one, it will pierce you, rewrite you. Make magic not a spell, but an innate part of your being. Truly, the Shapers of Susia Island were geniuses. Our council was foolish to reject the gifts. You recognize what he is talking about. You saw one of the canisters when you were emerging from the guarded tunnel northwest of Dry Peak. The canisters change how you think. The change they make affects your mind. The more canisters you use, the purer you feel. The less patience you have for the inferior. Such mental clarity is to be welcomed. I want to ask about something else. Ask, quickly. Can you tell me more about the other factions in these mountains? They have their goals. They seek power. There is war. When I have perfected myself, they will be insects to me. You came here with Zachariah and Barzal? I did. Very skilled and ambitious shapers. I have not spoken with them for some time. They have their projects. I have mine. I am looking for my teacher. She is called Agent Shanty. When you and she came to Dry Peak, our scouts reported it. When Agent Shanty entered Orleans, my creations watched. She went west into Shaper Barzal's lands. I have nothing else to talk about. Well, Eric inspects his machinery. He can't be sure if he hurt you. That's all I need. Go do what you want. Don't touch anything. You might break it. This is a thick book, bound in leather and covered with complex runes. It is old and worn, probably dating to when the Shapers built it. On the cover is written in gold leaf, Journal of the Complex. You recognize some of the runes as bearing mild enchantments. Some are wars against theft, others predicting against fire, acid, or other techniques someone might use to destroy the book. And some of them you don't recognize. You open the book. Nothing bad happens. That makes sense. The book here is to be open, read, and filled with notes. You flip through the pages, fascinated. The first half is full of obscure shaper notation dating back over a century. Not useful. The second half of it is the Jablurnal of Tolderic, current head shaper of this complex. The formulas and recipes in this book are far beyond you, but they are complex and intriguing. You notice the section which seems to summarize his work. If you tore it out, it would be a precious commodity. Of course, this theft will probably greatly anger the people here. You close the book. This is the power center of the entire complex. Entering it makes your skin burn. The power in here could overwhelm even a strong and well-protected shaper before long. This is a very vulnerable location for the research complex. A skilled intruder with hostile intent could do a lot of harm here. That is, of course, assuming that the invader didn't blast himself into dust in the process. I mean, we can definitely leave it alone for now, but maybe it's something we'll come back to. Alright, let's head over to the experiment chambers now. This worn old obelisk says, Magus Complex, experimental chambers do not open sealed vaults without permission or protection. Do not proceed without permission and protection. Okay. Only one Sorrel has been left to guard this doorway. He is strong and well armed, perhaps bright. It's odd that there aren't more guards. They are putting a lot of faith in the handful of mines outside. When you approach, the Sorrel says, Hold, Shaper. I am Kaiser and I guard this gateway. None may go by without a slate pass through the permission of Tolderic. Who is Tolderic? He's the Shaper who runs this complex. He does all the magical research and helps the Sorrels learn spells and stuff. To reach him, you have to enter through the main gate. That's east of here. Sorrels learn to use magic here? So I'm told. I've never been in the core. I'm just here to watch the gate and stab rogues. Kaiser stares at you. He isn't much for conversation. Must be why he was stationed here. Why are you the only person guarding this gate? There are a lot more defenses here than just me. The halls leading into the complex have doors that are strong and locked. Anyone trying to get around them through the rogue caves just gets eaten. Eaten by what? These caves are where Trolderic and his helpers keep rogues. They use them for experiments and target practice. They're good guards, but I hate having to feed them. Where do these rogues come from? We catch them in the woods. Lots of rogues around these days, then Trolderic and his students use them. Who uses rogues for target practice? Students. They practice magic by using their spells on monsters. They get wounded a lot. Trolderic is a really strict teacher. What sorts of experiments does Trolderic do? I don't know. I hear he tries to change creatures and make them stronger. Scares me. I stay here, good and far away. Isn't it dangerous to keep rogues here? You haven't met Trolderic. The beasts here are dangerous, but nothing compared to him. Okay. Tell me more about this part of the complex. I can't. I've not been too much farther in. Scares me. I always enter from the south. Make sure there are no spies. Check the mines we place outside. Where did those mines come from? We grew them. The elders learned how to breed lots of things back on Sucia Island. Batons, tools, and yes, mines. Spies? From the takers, from the Barzites, they want to seal our secrets. They won't be able to do it this way. Even if they pass the sealed doors, they would just... Kaiser shudders. Just? There is something dark here. I feel it sometimes. Late at night, I hear whispers. Nothing would get me to explore the rogue caves, ever. Not even Elra himself would get me to enter. Okay, well, at least we cleared it out. Oh, great. I was hoping not to get spotted so easily. From here, you have a clear view of the center of the small complex. It was an old Shaper installation, crumbling and overgrown. The fast-growing trees of the valley tore it open, and the Sorrel somehow restored it to operation. This building is a power station here to absorb and store sunlight. It then generates magical power to fuel shaping and experiments. After all these years of neglect, this place is, while slightly functional, unstable. There is a large control spire in the center hall. It not only directs the flow of power, but it also directs the guards patrolling these woods. This room contains several power spirals. Power spirals are gelatinous, essence-charged life forms held in a spiral shell of crystal. They can absorb sunlight, convert it into magical energy, and store it. Then crystal fibers run from the spires into the floor, and from there, probably to the spire in the center of the complex. A skill shaper can disrupt or deactivate power spirals. However, they are unstable and delicate. If your skill with mechanics isn't high enough, tinkering with them can cause a horrible explosion. The air suddenly becomes very still. There was a gentle humming in the air. So quiet that you didn't really notice it until it was gone. You have disrupted the control spire in the center of the hall. Alright, and I got that just in time for them to become neutral. Perfect. Because I actually didn't want to try to get to that with stealth, even though I was spotted. I also didn't want to do a bunch of fighting like right now. Obviously, if you're doing the pacifist route, you have to be a little bit more tactical than I am. You approach the control spire. It is a highly magical charged contraption of wires and crystals, doubtless with organic elements inside. It takes power from the spirals and directs it to the research hall to the north. However, there are no shapers nearby, and this thing has been left to run on its own for many years. Survivors have diverted some of its power for their own work, and it uses the rest to protect itself with a bunch of rogues. There is a gem set in the side of the spire, surrounded by a ring of runes. The magical shield around the spire is gone. You could try to steal the gem if you want to risk it. Back away carefully and safely. You carefully reach for the gem, touch it, and find that it's loose. You pull on it until it comes loose and find that it's not a gem, it's a magical ring. It was, in some way, directing the pylon power flow. Now that the ring is gone, the spire stops humming. The crystal conduits to the Mage's complex go dark. It is no longer operative. This area will be a lot safer now. Hey, I need a... Oh, that is actually... better than what I have, although... Well, let's put it on anyway. Okay, and I did all that without having to get into a bunch of fights, so... Gotta give me credit for that. I don't know, I probably could just go ahead and sell these other ones too. Especially since I already have plenty of magic. I also need to go ahead and drop off the shaper equipment. In memory of Serval's lost attempting to change, they gave all they had for a chance to serve the Awakened. Golem Bridge. Yeah, I definitely wanted to see if I could... I know that stealth was mentioned. And even though I was spotted, I wanted to see if I could still get to there real fast without having to attack a bunch of stuff. And sure enough, I did. And Volition, Law Bugs are annoying as hell, especially as a combo together. Uncomprehending stare. Just one random orc back there. So yeah, whenever a monster is neutral, at least they won't attack you, but they definitely will not back you up in fights if you get attacked. Only the friendly ones will. I'm fine with also selling these ice crystals as well. Yeah, I don't need that anymore either. Shot crystal. Alright, let's go ahead and turn in that quest, and then we can, do other things. Obviously, if you were going the pacifist approach, you have to the pacifist approach. You would have to go about that a lot better than I did. Like actually sneak past. I have to memorize a certain path, I guess. I have neutralized the power core. I am glad to hear it. She pulls a pouch of coins from her robes and hands it to you. You may find it a modest payment, but it should be good for some training. Have you had any troubles with the rogues outside? I would like to discuss it. First, please speak with guard outside. There is a gesture of trust we require. I can swear. Okay, I technically already did that, but I do remember just had to talk to him before, before. Have you any... Haven't you had any troubles with the rogues outside? Okay, I guess we're done with the quest here then. That's a bit awkward, but okay. Let's head back down here real quick. So we can offload the items we got. Even though unlike in the other, like, games, you are limited as far as, who all you can sell to. So you can't just go, like, one and sell everything. Unlike in other games like Avernum and Abaddon. I do actually find that interesting, to be honest, that change was made, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh well, at least we, got that mission complete. Alright, I think the other guy is who I wanted to get more stuff from. Can you teach me about weapon shaping? Improve life drain, chain lightning. The next melee or missile attack this character makes gives life drain status to the attacker. Damaging foes will heal you. The next melee or missile attack fires a bolt of lightning. It jumps from target to target, doing a decreasing amount of damage, magical damage to each of them. Alright, well, now might be a good time to go back to batons then. Yeah, if you're going to be an agent, you might as well just go ahead and have ranged on hand. So you can use the physical ability, since it is melee and magical. Since it is melee and range, I mean. You use those abilities, especially since these sound very, very useful. I know this is useful, this is useful. Go to Golem Bridge. This is a small settlement by this bridge. Placed here for defense and to tend to travelers. It crumbled here. It crumbled here for quite a few years until the survivors came and restored it. This outpost was attacked by raiders, rogues, or both. Things did not go well for the defenders. So, yeah, I should have just ordered, like, all the batons I could. Now I'm stuck with, just using the sword to... Oh, I was also going to drop off shaper equipment. Although, oh, yeah, Madav. That lady Madav can probably give me more, can give me batons to use, probably. Forgot what her name was. Let's see if we can also clear out the shaper equipment quest. This way. I have some shaper equipment. Ah, yes, I am closer to making my fortune. Laura takes the lab supplies, examines them carefully, and puts them in her pack. She counts out 30 coins for every item. Alas, I have enough equipment now. I can fill my wagon to overflowing, and it would be foolish to buy more. Thank you again, Shaper. Paying for anything else? Not right now. The wagon, she is full. Alright, perfect. Let me buy a Venomaton then. I think that's the best I'm going to get. Okay, that was only a little bit of XP, but I'll take it. Let's go ahead and just, yeah. I know I kept going back and forth with that this whole Let's Play, but I think if I'm going to be able to use these abilities, then I might as well have some range to complement it. And I have the Firebolt spell by default anyway, so... There is Survival hiding in this looted storeroom. He is terrified, weak, and hungry. When he sees you, he shrinks back into a corner. There are weapons close at hand, but he has forgotten about them. Panic has claimed him. You gently ask for his name. After a bit of whimpering, he says, I am Septi. I help guard the bridge. Please don't kill me. What happened here? Attackers. Survival brigands from the southwest, from past Triola. They had rogues. They came. Fast at night, I hid. Everyone else died. Where did the attackers go from here? I don't know. They attacked. I heard screaming. Then silence. They left, I think. I've been hiding here. Who were the attackers? They were armed. Could fight. Maybe Barzites. Maybe takers. I don't know. I hope I never see them again. What? You watched the bridge? Yes, we survivors trained for fight. We didn't guard. The Golem guards us. We helped awaken past the Golem. We knew the password to pass. How did you get a Golem? I don't know. Shaper Tilderic brought it from the Mages Complex. Brought it out. Set it up. Taught us how to talk to it. Then he left. I don't know how our attackers got past it. Maybe ran fast, then hid? What is the password? I can't tell you. I can't be sure you're not a raider. I have orders. Kill me if you want. I have to leave the Golem as it is. It will still protect the bridge after I'm gone. I am a Shaper. I could destroy the Golem in an instant if I wanted. Tell me the password and I won't. Septi thinks about this logic. Fortunately, hunger has softened his brain. I need to keep the Golem alive. It will protect the bridge, so I'll only tell you the password to protect the Golem. The password is Dead Drake. You should return home. There is nothing more you can do here. Yes, Shaper. Triola needs to know what happened. Now that you are here, it should be safe to travel. I hope. Thank you. He gets up and leaves. Despite his hunger, he seems to be able to walk well. We'll probably make it home alright. If I'm gonna pick up batons, I might as well also pick up like javelins, but of the stronger variety too. This was a small training hall. Only survivors came here to learn to use blades and shoot batons. Only a few people, humans or survivors, are capable of mastering magic. There's nobody here now. The place has been trashed. Fine robe. The one we have is better. You hear drunken laughter and singing ahead. Some thralls in this area are still alive. They are in the grove ahead. Okay, even though we missed, it still gave us shielding. Ooh, yeah, that chain lightning is very good. Oh crap, dagnabbit. Please tell me I auto-saved, like, right at the right time. Okay, good. Okay, let's try that again. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, let's switch to one of these since we have it. Now I feel so dumb that I just didn't think about sticking with batons. I didn't think the physical abilities would matter as much. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, nope. Let's see what Quick Flash does. Life drain. Alright, perfect. Got them taken out. And life drain is very helpful as well. Okay, so we'll get mechanics up to 8, and then I'm pretty much done there. Right, as far as these other skills, 3 points to spare. Let's go ahead and boost up my endurance since it's the only one at that's cost 3 right now. And then we will, and then the only thing we need to work on now is our magic and combat skills, so good. Yeah, I could definitely benefit from more life points for sure. Technically, I could have just avoided this fight altogether and not worry about, like, doing it, but I wanted to do it anyway. Fire skin, we'll sell that. But yeah, don't look past, if you have an agent, definitely don't look past the physical abilities like that, because now I feel so dumb I was overlooking these. But using range is definitely the best way to get to that. When you get close to the bridge, you see that it is guarded. Not by warriors or creations, something far more exotic. Someone has stationed a golem on the bridge. This tireless, enchanted creature of stone keeps watch in the very center. His head slowly swivels from side to side, waiting to repel invaders. As you watch, the creature teeters slightly, then rights itself. Closer inspection reveals that the golem has been damaged. Its leg has been severely cracked, and it can't Here itself. Whoever attacked this outpost wounded the golem severely as they passed. Despite the damage, it still looks very dangerous. Golems are powerful creatures. At this distance, you can't be sure whether it is here to protect you or otherwise. When you get close to the bridge, the golem raises a stone hand. Its mouth grinds open, revealing a black hole. A cold, metallic voice emerges. What is the password? Say, retreat, or die. Dead Drake. That is correct. The golem steps back and resumes its vigil. Alright, so we got to the other side now. Alright, and let me just go ahead and make sure the game is saved right here. And I'll see you on the next part.